Today I am going to discuss some common mistakes in English. If you know why they are incorrect and how to correct them, your English will be better and certainly you will be more confident. This is part 1. More parts will follow. So let's start. Let's come to the first sentence. He helps me much. This sentence is a positive sentence, not a negative sentence. So in a positive sentence you cannot use much as an adverb to modify the verb. Here the verb is help, so you should say he helps me very much. If it's a negative sentence like he does not help me, you can say either he does not help me very much or he does not help me much. Both sentences will be correct, but as it's a positive sentence you have to say he helps me very much. Let's come to the next sentence. What did happen? So in this sentence, what is the subject of the verb happen. When a WH word like what, which or who becomes the subject of the verb of an interrogative sentence, no auxiliary do verb is used. Here between what and happen there is nothing like I, we or he. If there were those words, they would become the subject of the verb happen. So as there's nothing in between, so what automatically becomes the subject of the verb happen. So in this case we do not use auxiliary do verb. So the sentence will be what happened, past form of happen, not what did happen. Sentence number 3. Do you know where does he live? So here you can see there are two clauses. Do you see is the first clause. Where does he live is the second clause. The second clause of a sentence is always in assertive form. So it should be assertive in form. So after where you should use the subject he, then lives. So the sentence will be do you know where he lives, not where does he live. He told me how are you. To tell means to inform or to instruct. So all assertive sentences are information and imperative sentences are instruction. So before an imperative sentence or assertive sentence you can use tell, but as you can see that this is an interrogative sentence, how are you, so before an interrogative sentence you cannot use tell. So you cannot say he told me how are you. You can say he said to me how are you or he asked me how are you. Next sentence, he behaves with us friendly. So friendly is not an adverb here. We need an adverb to modify the verb behave. Though friendly ends in ly, this is not an adverb, this is an adjective. Most adverbs end in ly. But there are some words like friendly, mannerly, fatherly, brotherly, sisterly, kingly, which are adjectives, not adverb. So we need an adverb here to modify the verb behave. So we cannot use friendly. We can say he behaves with us in a friendly manner or in a friendly way. In a friendly manner, it's an adverbial phrase. Next sentence, I have received your letter yesterday. So you can see yesterday. So when you mention past time specifically, you should not use present perfect tense like have received. When you specifically mention a past time, you should use past indefinite tense instead of present perfect tense. So not have received, it should be I received your letter yesterday. Next sentence, she didn't see nothing. So in English, double negatives are not used side by side. You can see didn't is negative and nothing is also negative. You cannot use two negatives side by side. So the sentence should be she didn't see anything instead of nothing, or you can say she saw nothing without didn't, but you cannot use double negatives. This man is sitting here for the last 2 hours, the last sentence. So you can see for the last 2 hours. So when you mention how long something has been happening, you mention the period for which something has been happening, you cannot use present continuous tense like is sitting. So when you mention how long something has been happening, like for 2 hours, for 3 minutes, for 5 days, for 6 months, you should use present perfect continuous tense instead of present continuous tense. So it should not be is sitting, it should be has been sitting. This man has been sitting here for the last 2 hours. So the same thing applies to past and future tenses. This was part 1. More parts are coming. Let's watch them as well. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.